Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are taking a look at the newest, most busted DPS in the game, Astos. If you are not familiar with Astos, he is currently in JP still regarded as the best damage dealer in the game, which is crazy because JP is like 8 months ahead of us, right? So the way he works just in general is the reason why he does so much damage is his attacks scale off of his dark matter overhead, and they don't necessarily follow like the normal rules of damage. He doesn't do many brave hits, so just keep that in mind, but he has to do brave hits to build it up, but he's got very few attacks that can do it. So the way we build this guy is kind of different than what you might expect, right? We'll talk about that as we get into it, but in this character guide, we're going to talk about his calls, his artifacts, and his spheres. We'll start with the 15 call, which is Dark Slash. It literally just does damage. It has no other effect, so not really worth it. And then the LD will do some damage. It does do an attack, max brave HP damage, and brave damage up to the caller. So it's good for like buffing one character. But that's about it. There are calls that are way better than Astos, but that's okay. We don't summon for Astos for the call. We summon for him to blow up the freaking game is what we do. So let's look at his artifacts and his spheres here, right? So if we go into artifacts, I actually was able to get some good artifacts for him right away. So Astos, what you want to focus on with him, I think Max Brave is his most important stat. It's kind of similar to Jack Garland in a way, but you want to do Max Brave 330 and then Organic Reconnaissance Unit up, because the second passive also gives him more Max Brave. Now, why is Max Brave so important? The reason why is he has an overhead called Dark Matter, okay? And this Dark Matter is going to be building up. But it's capped at like his Max Brave limits how high that Dark Matter can go. So the higher is Max Brave, the higher the Dark Matter. Why is Dark Matter important? His attacks will scale off of Dark Matter, which is cool because that's what makes him do more damage, because the Dark Matter can go higher than like what normal caps are. So you can do more damage than what a traditional character can do, which is kind of crazy. So Max Brave basically allows your Dark Matter to go higher, which is why Max Brave is so important. And he doesn't really actually do a lot of Brave hits, which is where attack is important. And he doesn't have really anything that scales off of attack. So Max Brave to me is more important than attack on him for sure. His other next most important stat is HP damage cap up. So any other supporting characters or BT effects that can give HP damage cap up, that's going to be very important for him. All right, so that's the artifacts. Let's go into spheres. So spheres are very actually tricky with him. He is a triple A slot, okay? And you want to focus on Max Brave and Brave damage. I would say attack actually isn't the most important. It has a little bit of value because when he does the Brave hits, you do want to have some attack. But he's going to have a pretty good amount of attack already, to do that damage. But Brave damage is important because when you are actually dealing Brave hits, having more Brave damage helps you get more Dark Matter, okay? So I would say the two most important stats, focus on Max Brave and Brave damage. Now, the reason why he's tricky for A slot, a lot of the A slots require crit damage or attacking a broken target or dealing critical damage, things like that. Well, a lot of his attacks are literally just HP dumps, like no Brave hits at all. So if he's not doing Brave hits, he can't do crit damage, and it's very hard, like he can't break, right? So he can still trigger those because he does have attacks that will do that, but it's like literally what the BT, the FR, and the LD, I think, are his only buttons that actually do Brave hits, and those are your most limited buttons. So what I feel is a good way to go with A slot, go with conditions that don't actually require him to attack if possible, and go for Max Brave. So I thought Agrius to me seemed like a really nice pick, and it's stackable, so I'm going to do triple Agrius on mine. So this just says, as long as you have max HP, raise Max Brave by 10%. So triple Agrius, I'm just giving him a 30% Max Brave up just for having full health. So that's, to me, a pretty nice setup. Now, I do want to shout out Sephiroth, and I don't have a maxed out Sephiroth. His is also pretty good. It is Max Brave and attack, but I believe it's 10% of each, so he's still getting 10% Max Brave on a full one. I just have a refined one here. But it just requires that you have HP at 50% or more at the start of the wave, which is the start of the fight in most cases. So Sephiroth is even a little bit safer because if you lose HP later on, you should still get it because you just have to have your HP above that at the start of the wave, right? So yeah, Sephiroth I think is also a very good one, but I'm going with Agrius. I'm going to put a third Agrius there, and I have one to refine. I was actually low on my red books. So I have to wait to get another red book because I had to save one for Astos. I almost didn't have one for Astos. But yeah, my recommendation, go Brave damage if you can, or max Brave if you can. Now, Brave damage is also good, so if you want to put on like a Brave damage sphere, you can. But I think max Brave, I just like going all in max Brave. All right. With that, let's hop into the showcase. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to go for like ultimate, I'm not going to optimize his damage here. I'm going to press his buttons, explain what happens. We'll just see what damage naturally pops out. I am planning to record a proper damage test on him, and we will see like how crazy it gets, but we should see some good numbers here. I'm going to pair him with Garnet and with Aerith. Now, in terms of like partnering for this guy, something that's very important is you actually don't want him to get broken. If he gets broken, it like cuts his damage in half. So you want to have him definitely with other battery characters or characters that would cover tank him or protect him from getting Brave Shave. So you want to keep his Brave very high, right? So let's go ahead with Aerith. Actually, we will start with a nice little Brave gain here. There we go. And then we're going to go into BT effect immediately. And I'm going to drop Rydian Raijin down. I did test this fight earlier, so I am not on my normal showcase fight because that fight is just way too weak to test a character like Astos. This Rex fight is pretty safe. As long as I have Rydian Raijin down, I don't think I should be at it, having any issues here, right? So let's go ahead and throw the Holy down. All right, and then with Garnet, I think I'm going to go with Selfie and get launching enabled as well. Well, yeah, because I want to test something with him with launching. As I mentioned before, Brave hits are really important for him to stack his Dark Matter. And he doesn't have a lot of techs that do it. So what I'm wondering is, because my guide online doesn't talk about his normal HP and Brave attacks, I'm wondering, can I just do a normal Brave attack and will that work? So we'll find out. So we'll hit Aquamarine to start. Okay. We are going to drop the AA. All right, now we're going to hop out and we're going to drop the Selfie down. All right, and then we're going to have the first Astos turn. Oh, and I already made a mistake. I launched and I already HP plus. So I do want to say this on Astos. During launching, and it's going to be hard because you're going to do like I did. Your normal mentality is, oh, I got a lot of Brave, hit the HP button. I think you actually want a Brave attack with him because, right, you don't want to leave him in a position where he can be broken. And I'm thinking Brave attacking during a launch will actually help his Dark Matter. I'm going to double check it during this video. So let's talk about Oh, God, his skills are all out of sorts. Okay, I forgot to sort his skills. That is fine. We'll get through. We'll take our time. But let's talk about Dark Matter because that is such an important part of his kit. So his overhead is Dark Matter, and you'll see it's at 0 right now. So Dark Matter is just a stacking buff that, like, it just stores stuff, and it never goes away. It's got, like, no timer on it. So all it does is it stores any Brave damage Astos deals. It can't be your party members. It has to be Astos. And it can store up to what his max Brave is. So this is why getting his max Brave up is so important. Okay? It also gives him an attack and max Brave up. And his Dark Matter gets cut in half when he is broken. So you do not want him to get broken if possible. Okay? Now the reason, you might think, well, it must be so easy. You just have to do Brave hits. Why would that be hard? Well, Astos only has 3 buttons in his kit that do Brave damage. His LD, his FR, and his BT. And his other attacks will just scale off of Dark Matter. So if I did like the 15 or 35 here, my assumption is it would just do 0 damage. So you have to kind of open with like LD or a button that can deal Brave hits, right? So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to hit this Reigns call to pull a party member up. Actually, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pull the Selfie up so I can get back to Garnet. And then I don't have to worry about the enemies like attacking and breaking me right away. All right, I'm going to try something here. So this is on an Astos turn, so he won't actually get to attack here. But I want to, on a launch, I want to try to do a Brave hit with Astos to see if that increases his Dark Matter. But you can see Dark Matter hasn't done anything. He himself has not done a Brave hit yet. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's hit the LD, which is Dark Glory. Okay, so let's pop that. This should do some Brave hits. Yep. And you want those Brave hits to be as meaty as possible. All right, now let's watch what happened here. Okay, so see the Dark Matter went up. So he's got 78,000 stacked up into his Dark Matter. So the LD, it does a 10 AoE Brave attack, and then does an HP attack based on dark matter. So it's going to get stronger as his dark matter gets higher. It does not consume his Brave, so his Brave will stay high. Okay. Then he gets a buff called King of the Dark Elves. So the King of the Dark Elves is an attack up, max Brave up, Brave damage up, and HP damage up. Okay. Now, Selfie, we are going to go ahead and just wall out. The other thing I tested with this fight is them going into FR doesn't like really mess with me too bad. So they can go into FR, that is totally fine. I don't need to like race them to the FR, and I don't need to cancel the FR. Everything should work here to showcase. Now, just so you know, Astos probably actually won't destroy the fight, because this fight specifically, they hit thresholds, like if I'm in a burst phase, where I can't pass the threshold till I let them attack me. So just know, Astos is probably going to do some crazy damage, but depending on when I do the BT phase, the enemies actually probably won't die in this specific fight, but we'll still be able to see the damage numbers, and that's all I care about. All right, so we're back to Garnet. I think it is now Garnet's turn. We're going to do Raijin. We want to make sure we don't get touched, especially when they do their FR off-turn attack. Okay, unfortunately, Astos isn't getting an attack here. He's kind of stuck in the back. Okay, and then we're going to put the BT effect on. Dropping that down. And by the way, if you're wondering, do I need Astos BT? Yes, you do. Because it basically, the BT basically takes away the cap on his dark matter and allows his dark matter to go even crazier. Okay, so now we got double BT effects up. Aerith, I think a Seal Evil is in order. So we will seal the evil down. All right, now on the next hit with Garnet, we should get a launch, and I want to test Astos if he can do a Brave hit that will increase his dark matter. Because then I have a really important tip for you guys if that works. We will see. Okay, once again, we do not want Astos to get broken. He did not, which is good. Okay. All right, so we're going to get a launch here, and once again, we're going to do a big test here. They're in force time. We don't really care. Garnet, we will just pop, sure, we'll pop the LD. All right, so we're at 78,000 on the dark matter. Let's see what happens here. So if I go Brave, does this do Brave damage? It did. Does this dark matter go up? It did. Okay, that is good to know. All right, so here's the tip I want to give you guys on Astos. Because he has so few Brave damage buttons, like during launching, you do not want to do HP attacks with him for two reasons. One is you don't want to put him at a place where he dumps his Brave and then he's susceptible to being broken. So you want to avoid breaking, so you want his Brave high. The other reason why you want to do a Brave hit, it actually increases his dark matter during a launch, right? So there are some passives on the summon boards that are like really bad. I like never use them. But on Astos, they're actually optimal. It is on Pandemonium, and I want to say it's on Diablos. I could be wrong on that. But there's passives in the summon boards that say Brave damage up during launch. They word it differently, but the Brave damage up during launch is actually really good on Astos because that's going to help him with the dark matter during launching. So that is really good to know. All right, so now with Astos, basically all of his attacks are just going to scale. Let's do his AA. Which is just going to be a max Brave 30%. So that's a good button to press. Because notice how his overhead, the numbers were red. That means we're at the cap. Now we hit the max Brave up and they turn white. It means we can store more max Brave in there, right? So the AA is going to be good for that. So now we can store more. Well, let's go ahead. I think we just got to go BT with him right away, to be honest, to get the BT effect up. How many turns is his BT effect? Let me just double check that. His BT effect... Is it infinite? Oh, 6 turns. Okay. A 6-turn BT effect, and then we have FR that we're going to have to hit as well. I might wait. Let's just do an attack so we can just see some of the stuff. So let's just do Dark Slash just to do a button that's different. So watch, he doesn't actually Brave hit. It's just HP damage, straight up. So right there he did what? 1.5 mil and then 1.4 to the other. Okay? So that damage didn't come from Brave hits. It literally just scaled off of Dark Matter. Okay, so Dark Slash is just an HP attack based on Dark Matter, doesn't consume the Brave, okay? Aerith, we're not ready to do that stuff yet. Let's go ahead and sure, Fury Brand is fine. And then Dark Thrust is just a, single target attack. Yeah, Dark Thrust is single target, Dark Slash is split, and it's just scale off Dark Matter. Like, just very simple, right? So I think we're just going to, like, go into FR and then BT, and let's just see what happens. So we don't, and we're going to do his own FR. Now, I think normally other FRs might be better to use with him. It just depends. But for the showcase, I want to use his FR at least just so you guys can see it. We'll have to show off the EX as well, but we'll get there. I'm trying to think. I think Garnet's Thunder Stance might have higher max Brave. I'm going to try Thunder Stance. I don't normally use it, but I think it is a higher party max Brave on that one. So we'll try Thunder Stance. And we're still getting Brave gaining, which is good. Aerith. Sure, we'll just seal again. All right, next let's go into an Astos FR. Once again, this will do Brave hits, and it is going to increase the Dark Matter. We'll let Aerith drop off. All right, so we've gotten to the point where, like, my calls have run out. So we got to get this party started, right? All right, let's do the FR. This is called Contact Ultima. We'll go ahead and hit you here. With Kefka. That clown guy from Final Fantasy VI. That's pretty good pairing. Someone who's goofy with someone who's, like, seems pretty dang serious. All right, so our Dark Matter is still at 96. Because I think we're at our max, right? But this is where the BT is going to come into play, and we're going to do that next. I just hope we don't get ourselves killed on this fight. Let's go ahead and pop this. We're going to Echo, kind of go crazy. I guess I could summon, huh? But I want to go into burst phase, and I can't do that if I'm in a summon. I think we should be fine. Aerith for sure is going to get us healed up, so we just need to, like, not die on the next hit here. And Aerith, we've got backup. It's just our damage won't look as good because we're going to lose our BT effect. But hopefully we're okay here. Hopefully we don't go below 50%. Yeah, that's just a regular. Yep, we're good. Okay, perfect. Aerith is going to double Echo. We're going to go crazy. Let's talk about the FR conditions too. We should talk about that. I'm just getting kind of excited here. So it did the 10 AoE Brave attack, which is good. Based on Dark Matter, doesn't consume Brave. And during the Force time, party HP damage up goes up 50%. And then the damage bonus conditions are magic attack for 30% and having a special effect for 40%. A special effect for a lot of characters is just like the overhead. So a party like this, we've got all magic damage, and I think all characters count as special effect. So we should be getting 70% up with everyone. So that should be pretty good. Let me do another Echo and actually pay attention to the gains we get here. This could be a really fat Echo. Let's see it here. I know I already did it, but I didn't look at the numbers, but this might be a pretty fat Echo. Yeah, 123. That's a really nice Echo for Aerith. So we got that, and then let's go ahead and we're all healed up. Let's do a Fury Brand. All right, and then we're going to do Astos, and we're going to go into his BT effect. And then we're going to talk about that and why it is so important to his crazy damage. We haven't seen the crazy damage yet. It is still to come. Okay, all right, Astos. We are going to go into BT effect. So we're going to go into Flare Star. All right, let's pop this. Now, this is only 6 turns. So the reason why I waited is I want to hit it now and then, like, just go into his burst phase the next time he pops up. I want as many turns of this as possible. Let me see what the damage looks like here. So is that 500%? I couldn't really see the damage. It got blocked by the enemy. But let's talk about what this does. So the damage limit is going to go up, and then the brave is going to go up. So it's damage limit, brave up, and then HP damage up. And then the burst effect for the party. So HP attacks are based on the Dark Matter. Ignore his limit. So what this is we can extend beyond the limit that he had, and we can get more damage from Dark Matter. Max Brave up, Brave damage limit up, HP damage up, and HP damage limit up, which are all very good things. Let's go ahead and Echo again here with Garnet. And then we are going to go into a BT phase. with Astos, and we're going to try to get him more dark matter. And we'll see what kind of damage we're putting up. Yep, we can HP here. That's fine. Yeah, we're already at 700%, so we're looking pretty good right now. We'll just do another Seal Evil. That's fine. All right, so hopefully as long as these last two attacks are fine, we should be good to go into burst phase. But yeah, we're getting full gains from this team, so this is a pretty good team for him. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's see what kind of damage we can put up here. The nice thing is during the burst phase, well, these enemies are both going to live, so we're going to see some good damage here. Because once again, they're going to hit a threshold and stop taking damage, but we should still see the numbers. So let's go into burst phase. All right. So we want to try to gain, we haven't done the EX yet, but we want to try to do brave damage hits first. So I'm going to try the LD first. Get as much dark matter as we can. All right, so I think the enemies are going to sit at 69%. So, okay, dude, that was already 70 million. That was already 70 million damage. Oh my goodness. We're just getting started. That was 70 million just effortlessly. That's pretty wild. Wow. Let's try the EX next. So the EX, we got to talk about the EX here. So that's going to be a 9 HP dump with a splash based on dark matter, does not consume brave. He gets a buff called Suffering of Fools, which is an attack, max brave, and HP damage up and overflow up. Let's hit that EX. How much damage is this going to do? What the heck is this, man? All right. 96 million damage. 96 million. No big deal. No big deal. We just did 96 million damage. NBD. Okay. We're pretty much at max. Well, let's do one more attack and then we'll do the FR. So let's just, I don't know. Oh, he's got an HP plus attack called Cremation. Hold on. My notes do not talk about Cremation. Let me see what this does. It's a 6-hit group attack, deals HP damage based on dark matter. Let's hit this Cremation button. Let's see what this does. It might not be that strong of a button. We'll see. We'll experiment that together. Is that 100 and... Wait, that was only 11 mil, I think, right? Am I crazy? There's so many numbers. I think that was only 11 mil. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go. Let's pop this FR. This should be the Big Daddy button. We're pretty much at max gauge. His dark matter is maxed out. All right, what is this going to be? I almost want to take a screenshot. How much damage will this do? Okay. And once again, this isn't me optimizing. I'm just jumping in and just seeing what he does. Was that only 53 million? Okay, that didn't seem as good. But you know what? That one does brave damage. It does scale on dark matter. We'll keep going. Maybe that other one wasn't 90 mil. Was it only 9 mil? I thought it was like 90 million. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see what like the final burst phase number is here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's do Dark Thrust. See the damage here. Oh, that was, is that 125? I'm pretty sure it was 125. I have not seen a number that big before. And the enemies are healing back, so it seems like they're not taking damage, but they're taking a lot of damage here. I'm pretty sure that was 125. Pretty dang sure. Because we're darn near hitting that max HP cap. And that one was 65, it looks like. Dude, these are big numbers. Let's just see here. What is this? This is a 2-target burst phase. Let's just see what the damage is on this thing. This won't be like a billion, which he can hit. But this won't be anywhere near that. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. 2-target fight. We did 646 million damage in a burst phase. That is the highest burst phase I've ever done. In those other ones were like concentrated damage test on a 3-target fight. This was a 2-target fight. I know we did not do that optimally, and we just popped off a 650 million burst phase pretty dang effortlessly. So needless to say, the damage is good. Now, while my boy still got the BT effect up, we got to take some more turns and just see the damage coming out here. So let's keep this thing going. Let's keep this party rolling a little bit. But yeah, that was a 640 something million damage burst phase. And that was effortless. Like, I just like was pressing. I was literally just showing you guys like how to press buttons and use the character. Definitely not like maxing out team comp or anything like that. I'm like, let's slap a couple of supports with them. Let's go into a BT phase and press some buttons. And we just put up the highest burst phase I've ever done with one less target than my normal. So we'll try to get a billion burst phase. We're going to try a damage test on this guy. I might record it tonight with my stream, depending on if my phone's going to cooperate. We shall see. Well, now that I'm out of it, we can do Healing Wind here. Make sure we're maxed out. And actually, I think, well, I don't want to go, it would actually be kind of fun to let them get attacks so that I can actually maybe kill them. So the only reason these enemies weren't obliterated into like into the Shadow Realm was because they were, one, healing from their FR effect, and two, they have like a cap to like where they can because they have to do a certain attack to go past the threshold, which is fine. This is a great video. Like, this is a great stage for like a 2-target damage test because the enemies, now their FR is over, so now we can actually deal damage to them, right? So, all right, let's just try the EX. They're not launchable right now, I don't think. Let's press an EX. Let's see what happens to this guy. So that was 9 mil. Okay. Oh, took Garnet down to 1. Yeah, there's the auto. So now we lost the Garnet BT effect. That's fine. Let's go and press this. I just want to see some more numbers as we're going through. That burst phase was pretty wild, the amount of damage we just did there. Pretty dang wild. Let's go back to Aquamarine stance, I think. I just feel safer in that stance. There, Tentacle Knock. That's going to allow me to go past this thing. Uh-oh. Garnet's about to die, though. Yeah. This is why I normally like doing my safe stage for showcasing, just because I know like what the enemies do and safer. But yeah, we can heal that back up, no problem. We're good. 1 turn left on the BT effect, eh? Sure, let's pop that. Oh, by the way, sorry. That I didn't sound that excited, but that 9 mil we did on the EX, sorry, I should be way more excited about that. That was without force time. He just did 9 mil on a normal button outside of force. That's actually really impressive. I undersold that like way too hard because I was just doing like 70 million shots like constantly, or what, 125 million I did on one of the launches. So no, that was really good because remember, we're not getting any force gains right now, right? So sure, let's LD. Once again, something that you... Yeah, dude, that was just 6 mil AoE. Just pressing buttons. Like, no force time. That is ridiculous, the amount of damage we did, right? So now, I'm going to go into Summon. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll go into Summon. I want to get another FR up. I want to do some more damage. These guys are going to hit another breaking point, but that's fine. I'm out of hers. So I'd have to do another Astos, because we didn't echo with him. So we can do another Astos force time. While we got some BT effect up. This is a little bit more extended than what I normally do. But I just want to see some numbers. Like, I'm as excited about this guy as you are. So I want to get some more numbers out of him. See, I already made a mistake. I should have Brave Attack there. Oh, and we get the Immaculate Judgment gold buff. We normally don't get to that point. Okay. So, Steel Evil. Yeah, dude, I don't know that I've seen another character in this game just do 9 mil on a button press outside of force time like that. That's actually pretty good. All right, let's do a force button. With my boy Kefka. This is a nice little fight, though, where I can just kind of go for a while without the enemies instantly dying. It's pretty nice. Just see some crazy numbers. So we're definitely going to get some videos out on Astos where we just blow some stuff up. So that was 4 mil AoE on the LD. Very good for just no force. Or sorry, that was the force button. That's still very good for just a force button press. He's only got 3 turns of BT effect left. Let's go ahead and pop that. Anything to get the gauge up quick here. All right. Sure. Fury brand is fine. All right. Astos has another button to press. All right, at 200%, yeah, that EX is a pretty nice little button, actually. 9 HP dumps is pretty crazy. 20 mil? Sure. We'll take 20 mil at only 200%. 20 mil is normally what we're seeing at like 700% plus. He did that at 200%. So needless to say, my boy's looking very good. I kind of want to just Aquamarine again. All right, hopefully they don't like one-shot me here. It's fine. Like the showcase is basically done at this point. We're just spectating at this point. Getting as many attacks out. I want to at least get through this BT effect with him if I can. Oh, actually, here's what I should do. Let's just do some ramps. Yeah, just get some free gains here. We'll do like one more of those and then like attack through. Because his BT effect, like, because he only gets the really crazy damage when the BT effect is up. And it's a short duration, 6 turns. But you can see out of that burst phase, you can get a lot of damage out of those 6 turns. All right. All right, Tentacle Knock, that's good. Oh, thank goodness she's got that last stand. Actually, sure, I'll do the Holy Prayer. Garnet's last stand is saving my butt right now. Yeah, that gave me a 70% gain. We'll take that. And then we'll go Aquamarine. All right, so we'll get one more blast in here with Astos. So this is going to be at about 700%. I'm just hoping they don't Tentacle Knock him here. All right, let's do... Let's do the LD, because the LD, yeah, everything should scale on Dark Matter. Yeah, scales on Dark Matter. Let's hit the LD at 673. That was 47 million AoE. My goodness. My goodness, and the Garnet, they just keep putting her down. They just keep putting Garnet down. All right. Well, anyways, guys, that's fine. We'll end it there. We got through the part I wanted to. Let me know what you think of this, man. But those numbers are just like unheard of, unseen, so effortless. He's ridiculously busted. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.